Let's rock!
How to Train Your Dragon is the best animated trilogy for kids of all time. Yeah, I said it. How to Train Your Dragon is the best one. Fuck Toy Story, fuck Madagascar, and fuck Kung Fu Panda.
You're goddamn right.
If you think differently, let me know in the comments below. And please leave a like or even a subscribe if you enjoy the rest of the video, even if I did just throw some fucks into your favourite trilogy. But don't get me wrong, I love Toy Story. I love Madagascar. I love Kung Fu Panda.
Skadoosh.
But as a trilogy, nah, not so much. Now, if you haven't seen this wonderful trilogy of How to Train Your Dragon, let me enlighten you. How to Train Your Dragon was an animated film that was released in 2010 by DreamWorks and was loosely based on a book of the same name that came out in 2003. This was written by an English children's author called Cressida Cowell. The film was set in a mythical village of Berk and follows a young boy called Hiccup, who dreams of becoming a dragon slayer like his father. Hiccup is more the runt of the litter in terms of size, however, his intelligence is not so small and he's always coming up with crazy inventions. In his bid to become a dragon slayer his dad can be proud of, he tries to kill the elusive Night Fury, the most feared dragon of them all. A stealthy beast nobody can see because of its speed, and a dragon that never misses its target. One night, the dragons attack the village, and with the aid of one of his inventions, Hiccup takes down the Night Fury and tracks it down to where it fell. He finds it trapped and wrapped in the binds of his invention. He takes out his knife to kill it, but he can't, because at the end of the day, Hiccup is a soft, warm-hearted soul, and instead lets the dragon go. From here we see a friendship between Toothless and Hiccup that spans all three films. The first film shows us and Hiccup that everything everyone knows about dragons in Berk and the world is wrong. Hiccup's time with Toothless teaches him that dragons aren't inherently bad. In fact, they're just like giant pets and just want to be loved, to have full bellies and live in peace. At the same time of this, Hiccup is also pushed into dragon slaying school and uses what he's learned from Toothless to excel in this. We see a strong and deep friendship grow between the two to the point they will do anything for each other, even if it means their life. Hiccup, through all of this, grows as a character, and we finally see him bond with the other students, including his crush, Astrid. What we have here is a film that focuses on friendship, which is what you want in a children's film. We also have a strong positive male father figure too, in Stoic, which is nice to see. The second film, released in 2014, and it continues their friendship, but I'd say this is as much of Toothless' story than Hiccup's, even though it's a coming of age story for both of them, as they're both becoming adults. In this one, we start to see Toothless for who he really is, as well as the love there is between him and Hiccup. Again, Astrid and the other students are part of Hiccup's pack, which makes them a solid group of friends now. The story here centres on a mysterious dragon thief who hides in the cave of ice that's home to hundreds of new wild dragons. However, Hiccup and co. soon find themselves in a battle between the dragon thief and the main villain of the piece, Drago, who both have giant alphas. One wants to control all dragons with their alpha, the other wants to live in peace with theirs. But when a battle ensues, whose alpha will win? And what is it about this mysterious dragon rider that Hiccup is drawn to? Again, this is another great story told with beautiful animation, which was actually quite a big step up in quality and detail from the first release in 2010. The third film, released in 2019, nicely finishes the story between Hiccup and Toothless, which actually tugged at my heartstrings at the end. I couldn't believe it! An animated film that can actually do that. The film sees both Hiccup and Toothless as young adults now. Hiccup looking to get married, as well as protecting and leading the village, and Toothless, a leader in his own right, now falling in love himself. When you have two leaders in a film, their single path will eventually have a fork in the road that cannot be ignored. Again, we have another villain, the biggest of them all, a Night Fury hunter, who has killed all the Night Furies bar Toothless. Is this the last chance for peace for all dragons and humans? Make no mistake, this film is a fight to the death. Who dies? Well, that you'll have to find out for yourself. And for once, in a very long time, I had watched a trilogy of films that didn't try to push a narrative or ideology onto the viewer, other than having a strong love in friendship and that you would do anything for the ones that you loved, and vice versa. It showed that you can have a strong male and female role models, and that not everything has to be resolved with fists, but also with communication and understanding. It was a story of an underdog overcoming the odds with the help of his friends, that having great friends around you brings out the best in you, and for them. And for me, all those things together made this trilogy an absolute blast to watch. Yes, there is a great story in each film and the character development throughout is fantastic too. You have great villains, great heroes, it's funny for kids and for adults, and the animation is great too, which does get better throughout each film. You also have a great cast of people in this too, from Gerard Butler, Jay Baruchel, McLovin, Jonah Hill, Kirsten Wiig, David Tennant, and Kate Blanchett, to name a few. If I was to rank these in order, number 3 would be number 2, number 2 would be number 3, and number 1 would be number 1. Got it? Good. Now the reason I bring this up is that Universal Pictures will start shooting the live action film for this year for a 2025 release date. Now, I'm always very wary of such a thing, as from previous experience, live action hasn't gone too well.
Put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame!
But what I feel may have sealed the fate for this already is that they've race swapped Astrid, a very white, blonde European Viking, to now a young mixed race brunette English girl, Nico Parker. And if there's one thing we've all learnt already, is that fucking with an IP story and characters is a massive no-no. You just need to turn your head back and look at that car crash that was Hollywood in 2023 to see that. And I've got to be honest, it's kind of pissed me off, because if they've done that, what else are they planning to do to the story? Dean DuBlois was the co-writer and co-director on the original trilogy, and his name is down for this live action, so it really just depends if this man has become wokeified over the last few years or not. I love this trilogy, genuinely, and the thought of Hollywood giving us a wanky knockoff live action film just makes me think it's going to leave a nasty taste in the mouth of this great trilogy. This doesn't need a fourth film, or a live action film. Leave it where it is, and with its little offshoot TV series it did, and let it become a cult favourite. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you agree with me or not, let me know your thoughts on what you think is the best animated trilogy. And I wish everyone a great start to 2024. I hope you have a great one.